Let's see. We are playing Vayne and Varus. Oh, actually, wait.
I've been
Saber Varus. Interesting.
I have had a break like
Uh
a
huh.
week ago or like a few days ago for like 1 or 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been experimenting with champions. I've seen that Varus is like kind of OP right now, so I'm playing him.
Okay.
But I'm just playing what's meta, honestly. The
Sounds
Vayne is
good.
just my comfort pick, and I play it, and it's good. So I have the high win
Sounds
rate
good. All right. So mostly Varus, I guess, right now, right?
for now. Yeah, and the replay is Varus also.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. It'll be interesting. We can see how much damage it does. Um. So.
I actually don't go the AP build this game because
Oh. Okay.
we're
Okay.
we're full AP, and they have like, yeah, it's the 10-6-12 game, I think.
Right. 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 This is the crypto game.
Hmm.
So let's see. Let's fast forward. So you mentioned issues with laning, but we can always talk about that in this replay too, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What part of laning do you think you're having problems with?
So the most problems I have is like I guess poke lane versus poke lane, or poke lane when the enemy plays like poke champions, and if my support is not ready to play as aggressive as I might want to, then I find myself in positions where I like get hit too much, or I essentially I don't know how aggressive I can be at what times, and yeah, that's basically just really small movements so that I can get in as much damage as possible. Just really small stuff. Like I know the basic matchups, and I just think I need to get better at moving and playing more aggressively without getting punished too hard.
Interesting.
Uh, But
So
this is the reason I don't want to talk about this laning phase too much, although we can, is because you will see this is a very all-in heavy lane, and I think the all-in part we play very well, and this is not the part I have issues with. I don't have issues with like all-in lanes.
yeah, looks pretty good, right? I was about to say
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys went all in and then they're donezo. Oh shit, we got countered though here. Um, yeah, it looks this lane like his looks good. So I guess we'll see more of the poke stuff in the next phase. But
Yep.
generally speaking, when it comes to anything with skill shot pressure, one thing you can always do is bait them into throwing it at you, right? You stand in a spot where you can get hit, and then
Hmm.
you immediately leave that spot by the time they can react to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That would always be like the standard tactic. Oh my god, what is this? Fiddlesticks jungle? Wait, they're all fucking dead. What are they doing? Oh my god. Oh god. Wait, you guys win the game. Oh wait, you guys lose the game. Spoiler. How do you guys lose
Uh,
the game off this? Interesting. Okay, well I guess since laning is going so well, you guys push
yep.
in your base, very good. I think overall pretty good. Except that we did miss a kill on Jenna in the first blood, right?
Hmm.
Did you? What do you think you could have done better for that one? We can go
Mm,
rewatch this, but
yeah, I didn't.
it doesn't matter as much, right? But this is something we could take a look at.
I think I could have flashed sooner. I think right here, maybe.
Um,
Are
right,
you in here? Uh,
right. You can flash heal and then good to go. But we didn't heal, so
yep.
we're missing an auto attack. That would be one way. Another way is not use your E. Right. This is the easier way where we save it, and then what happens is, let's say she doesn't flash, then you flash on her and you kill her, right?
Hmm.
And let's say she flashes, you flash on her, auto, and then E, right? And then she dies anyways. So that's another way you can do it. But this way is fine too, right?
I
Either way
just wanted.
uses your flash.
Yeah, I just wanted
Um,
to E because Shan had CC'd her, so I guarantee a hit, and
mhm.
I can't miss, and she can't flash it.
Right here, she can flash it, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It doesn't work that way because um, the
The
time it
travel
takes
time.
for your E to come out is too
Yeah,
long.
travel time.
Right? If that kind of idea is like you have hits on her and then you have to E now.
Yep.
Right. So that actually doesn't work because they can flash. She can actually flash this, right? That's why I say those are the two options you take for this for an all in, right? This is really
Okay.
good if you want to trade, right?
Yep.
Because this is gonna be guaranteed. But if you want to all in because you guys found the taunt, you want to tell yourself we're gonna save it and then use it after she flashes, or we're gonna flash after her and then make her flash first, right? Something like that. But either way, you don't want her to flash your E. But honestly, it turns out good, right? So it's not. It's like nitpicking, right? We don't. That's really the only thing you could work on is that. Everything else is really good, right? So we can fast forward, see what goes on. Now that you guys are winning, you guys are keeping the wave near the middle, which is good. Um,
Yeah, I
what's
focused
the
on that.
what's the goal now? I guess.
I told Jen I want to wait for 6, and I pinged my XP, and the next cannon wave, I get it, and then we get Jenna. That's what I thought. I told him not to taunt so that we can get a guaranteed all in with 6. So, like if Shen doesn't taunt now, they feel secure and walk up, and then I just ulti them with 6.
Is there a problem with your plan?
Yeah, we can get poked. Yeah, that's right.
Well, no. Like, okay, let's say you want to all in. You get level 6, you throw an ulti at Janna. Shen goes in for the taunt. What happens?
Janna tornado maybe.
Yes. So if she tornadoes, how do you guys finish?
Uh, I thought I could kill her alone. I
Right.
thought.
Okay. So then you have to modify. You have to make sure that that's in your plan. That you're not ulting from max range. You have to be next to her and then ult her. Because
Yeah.
if you ult from max range and then it hits and then Shen goes for taunt, that's nothing, right? We feel it's bad. But if you're in auto attack range and then you auto attack ulti, then that works because you can solo kill her, right? That's always an important distinction to make sure that your plans are like foolproof, right? There's no way for them to beat it, right? That's the idea. So I like this idea of waiting for 6, gonna ulti them. But that was like the first thing I thought of, is that if something could go wrong, that would be it, right? But it looks like you guys are gonna kill them right now, and you're in auto attack range, so you know this works. Shen even dodges their tornado, so he's dead. Very nice. You're gonna kill this guy too. Oh, maybe not. He flashes away. Oh my. Oh, okay. What happened here?
I'm not sure if I can get him.
Yeah, you couldn't have got him. So I would have said, don't use your flash, right? But also kind of nitpicking, but I think we're getting at the rank where our flash is very important.
Yep.
Right. Because we're at the rank where the other AD carriers would do what you just did, right? And waste flash like that a lot. And if we can keep our flash, we'll always be in the advantage when it comes to 2v2, 2v3, any kind of skirmish, whatever. So that can be kind of important. Like, say for example, we use flash now. What happens when we're trying to fight for dragon? Fiddle ults, right? We don't have flash to 100. Like we could use flash to automatically win dragon. You know what I mean? Or use flash to be able to push. But now pushing can be kind of questionable because we don't have flash, right? So I would say, you know, if you don't know, it's better. Okay, so in terms of outcomes, it's better to not use flash. Okay, they use flash to get away, and you don't use flash, right? That's one outcome, right? They use flash, you flash after them and kill them. That's a better outcome. And then they flash, you don't kill them. Which outcome out of the 3, which is the worst?
Yeah, the last.
Right, the last one, right? So getting the kill is the best option. Not using your flash is the second best option, and then wasting our flash is the worst option, right? So that's always something we can work on, especially as an AD carry, is that if you want to flash forward, it has to work. Otherwise, that's like a big ding in this day and age when AD carry is so important, right? But honestly, hope it doesn't affect anything too much, right? I think we're trying to trade here. What's going on? Okay, maybe you're saying like, oh, we're so strong we can trade, but I probably wouldn't recommend that, right? Unless you can hit Jin or something. Because we just in terms of the trade, who won, right?
Yeah, Jenna.
Yeah, even though you're so far ahead, matchup is always going to be important, right? Matchup is always going to be important. So you can try and look for stuff like that. I wouldn't mind. Just make sure that it doesn't go wrong, right? Make sure it can't go wrong. Otherwise, we're gonna have issues. Oh wow, you're gonna get 2v1 here if you're not careful. Oh, Shen's off doing something. I think that's fine. They're gonna kill Fiddle, right? I hope. Okay, nice. Fiddle had to flash out or ulti out. I don't know. We're doing really good. All we have to do is find something here. Oh, you can kill this guy. Oh, he's dead. Nice. Very nice. 100% dead. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, 100% dead. Right? Okay, what can we do better here? This is interesting because this is all about making our fighting clean. Right? What can we do here? That's different.
You're asking me? I don't know. I think I canceled the autos right, and I think if I don't auto queue on the last part of the combo, then I don't get the queue. So
we could have if she doesn't know where we are,
Wait
how
longer.
early do we have to ulti?
As right before she sees us, or like at the moment she sees us.
Right. So you can even throw in an auto attack and ulti, or you can let Shen go first, right? And basically it was just like we were missing an extra point of damage somewhere, but this is actually the example we were talking about earlier, right? Where Jen and Nado is gonna stop it, but honestly, you guys have Shen, you guys have Karthus, so it actually turned out to be best case scenario since Karthus got the kill. But if you have the vision advantage like that, you can auto attack before you CC, right? You can get extra damage off. But honestly, this is all nitpicking. Like this is all good, right? If we play like this, we'll pretty much win every early mid game, right? So we don't really have to worry about that kind of stuff. That's just like for future reference, right? Is how do you push more damage out of XYZ situation, right? Okay, hold on. We're going top. Okay,
Yep.
I think that's fine. You can try to kill this guy. Okay, I think
He's really fat. I don't think we can kill him right there.
okay.
He's level 11. I'm level 8.
It's 2v1 and you have flash, but I can see that, you know, maybe there's a fiddle here, right? Or if you hadn't seen Janna, she could be on the way. We see Janna though. Could be a fiddle here, so I would say probably not a good idea to try and fight him. If we don't know what fiddle is, I think that's fine. Pushing is fine.
And now we get to like a plateau where we like try to get this top turret for like I think 5 to 10 minutes and we don't get it. And they just keep on clearing the wave and we don't see fiddle, so we can't get the tower.
Wait, this is free though, right here.
Yeah, right here.
Oh, this is the same thing, right? Wait, this is the same thing, right? How do we do this better? They don't know where we are. How do we do this better?
Even wait longer. God damn it. Yeah, you're right.
Right. He's going to Shen. You know Shen's going to taunt, right? So
yeah.
One thing that you can improve on as Varus mechanically is
layer CC. You mean?
Yeah. There's a CC part where you guys CC'd at the same time, and you can if you have the opportunity to, you can auto attack before you auto. Right, to get your W stacks before your ulti, and you can auto cancel your ulti for more damage.
Does my ulti proc W stacks? Ulti?
Yes, it does. It does indeed. So that is something to consider, right? When you're doing an all-in, is how do you pump out more damage, right? How do you do maximum amount of damage? It's gonna be 3 auto attacks ulti, 3 auto attacks E with another auto attack, and then 3 auto attacks Q, right? So then how do we get something close to that? I think we're missing a lot of damage somehow, right? We're missing a lot of extra damage somewhere. So you can take a look at that. And honestly, you don't even have to ulti this guy to win, right? You can ulti last. You could ulti last after he flashes, right? So a lot of different things we can do, but at the end of the day, it's about getting more value, right? So if you look at these kind of situations, you say, how could I have gotten more value, right? Because Shen shouldn't have to like use flashers. I don't know what's going on here, but he shouldn't have to like tank damage or something to make this happen. Oh my god, if he dies, that's actually tragic. Oh my, okay, he got him at least. Jesus, but yeah, you know what I mean, right? Oh, here comes a Jax. Oh, we need a flash. Okay, very nice, well done. He's chasing you. I don't know why he's chasing you. You are gonna win. You have heal. I think yeah. Wait, let's see. He has 3 stacks on his. Okay, yeah. You got max stacks. So very good, well done. I don't know what he was doing. Interesting. This guy, I don't know what this guy is doing. You're gonna win this too. All Shen has to do is make sure he hits this. Oh, kill them all. Oh, what happened to Jenna?
I could have killed her.
We could have killed Jenna. Honestly, I think something went wrong here. Did he get taunted? He didn't get taunted. So you see this? So that's just unlucky. But I think we got a lot of pressure up here, right? So wouldn't worry about too much. It's kind of strange how we missed taunt, but honestly, I wouldn't worry about too much. And we missed Janna. I wouldn't worry about that too much. Overall, we had the right idea, right? It's just kind of awkward how they're like barely getting away a lot of times because we're not using auto attacks before ulti or something like that, right? We're not getting enough value out of our abilities. Oh, we keep trying to hit the tower though. Okay, what's an indicator of not being able to hit the tower?
Yeah, Fiddle backs off and just goes. We don't see Jin, and yeah, Fiddle is just there and can.
What's like a big indicator for us. Okay, you know, you see my other videos where I talk about like you know, if you don't have flash or full HP, you're gonna die to a gank, right?
Yeah.
It's very similar when you're trying to hit a tower. If you don't have flash or full HP, you're gonna get engaged on, right? So in this case, it's like we can't hit the tower until when?
Until Phil goes into Fog of War, I guess.
Until you see like Fiddle somewhere else, right? So you know, it's a 2v2, or you see Janice somewhere else maybe, or you have flash.
Yeah.
Right. So under those cases, you can hit the tower, or maybe you have to say something like, "We're gonna start running the instant they start engaging." Right. You see Jana coming up, you start running. Right. But I think here when we don't realize the kind of danger we're in. You know what I'm saying? Because like even though you know Fiddle Flash or whatever, this also could have been a Jin ulti, right? It could have been a lot of things. What's another way we can hit the tower? If there are three people. What's another condition that can be met? So like saying we have flash is a condition, right? Saying we're gonna run away the instant we see Jen is another condition, right? What's another way we can hit this tower? And knowing that it's a good idea. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
If they engage on us, just fucking kill them. I don't know. I don't know what the.
If you have Elise waiting this bush next to you.
Ah, yeah.
Right. That's another condition is you match their numbers, right? Because the reason we're gonna lose this is because there are more people, right? So another way is you have another person here, which is your Elise, right? He's gonna be the jungler, like pretty much every time. So this is just one of those mid-game ideas. Is that if you are not sure you should be hitting the tower, do not hit the tower. Because like how big of a throw is this?
Yes, it's pretty big. Right,
because we were winning. We're the lane that Elise is like, we need this lane to be ahead, so she came down and stuff like that, right? The lane that got super far ahead. So if this lane dies, it's like, oh shit. Team might be tilted. Sure, that's like a side effect, but you know they're gonna get rift, and if they don't get rift, they're gonna take your whole topside jungle, right? And you know only bad things can come of this essentially, right? Actually, it looks like you guys are getting some kills somehow, but pretty much only bad things can come of this. Actually, Zed is coming up, so if Zed gets kills, that's pretty unfortunate too, right? Wow, actually turned out to be okay. But yeah, the idea is that you can't throw in the mid game is the idea. When you're ahead, right? Have you ever watched Reckless?
Yeah.
He's like a really good example of someone who doesn't throw mid game, right? From what I watched, is that he'll go top and he's like, oh, if I think there's a way we're gonna get stopped, what does he do? Sits at tower, right? If he's set mid lane, he's like, oh, he pushes mid as Tristana. I watched like Fnatic versus whatever the other day, and he's like, oh, let's push mid. And then what did he do after pushing mid? He just sat in his tower, because he was like, I don't know where they are. And even he even had flash, and he was like, I'm not gonna hit this tower because their engagement is really good. It's the same idea, is that the reason being is that you know getting hits on the tower is great, right? But that's minimal compared to you dying is a lot worse than you getting hits on the tower, if that makes any sense, right? The risk to reward ratio is not high, and unless the play is 100%, you don't want to go for something like that, right? Let's say you can hit the tower because you know they can't stop you, then it's like there's no risk, right? But if they can stop you in any way, like this is good, right? You want to stay far away because Fiddle's gonna ulti your ass, right? This is what you want. Right.
I get that, especially since now we will like try to get this tower for so long, and just because I died, we can't get it.
Right.
It's really frustrating.
Exactly. Now we have to do something like what can an all-in comp do after they push in? There's several options you have, but let's say for us all-in, what can we do? You know, like a few basic options.
Yeah, camp bush, dive.
Okay, camp bush is good.
Dive.
Dive is good.
Or I guess try to force like Rift Herald, and then if they come, kill them.
Okay, that is an option too. I would say that's not as good because tanking an objective is always going to be a feels bad most of the time, right? There's another big option you see in LCS a lot for supports, at least.
Yeah, roaming, I guess.
Yeah, they're gonna run mid, right? You're gonna send Shen mid. He's gonna taunt flash enemy mid laner, right? That's another option. So if you can't find anything here, try one of those options, right? I would say try something else, and then you can wait for a mistake, right? Or see if the enemy team, if a fight breaks out or anything like that. But if we can't find anything, we can try and do something else, right? Honestly, sitting here and farming is still not bad because you're scaling, right? Varus is pretty good late game, or at least with 3, at least like mid game, which is kind of, you know, right now. So honestly, doing this is fine, right? We don't have to rush things, if you know what I mean. Okay, what's going on here that might be dicey?
We don't see anyone on the map, and we're only 4, so they can.
Right. Hitting the tower, remember, is always gonna be dicey unless you have a specific reason to hit it, right? So here you had flash, so I'll say it's maybe okay, but there's a big mess going on. Actually, turns out we win. Can you explain why you won though?
The Z got blown up, so we are 4v4 anyway.
Well, he got something. He got something before he died, right? Which is like all your HP. So it's not necessarily. Well, actually, I guess he just does dice for free. I guess. Oh, I guess he does die for free.
Yeah, my ult, I guess, but.
Right. So they're chasing, and you have more people, kind of, I guess, right? But essentially, they couldn't find an engage. So the team that's chasing is gonna lose. So they tried to chase, couldn't find anything. You can't do much, right? The Zed also died for pretty much nothing. I don't know if you guys still want to hit this tower though. I don't understand why we keep trying to get the tower. I guess. Okay, let's rewind it.
So I guess just abandon my team and just go back and just say if they die, that's their fault.
So here, right?
Oh, here. Okay.
What's the goal here? Right here, because you know that they're gonna try and fight right now. How do you know? How do you know they're gonna try and fight?
Because no, it's on the map. All in
right.
Before. Yeah.
That's a big indicator, and they have a fucking fiddlestick, so he's gonna like go over this wall or something, right? So what is your real goal here? Okay, so remember, let's put a different example, right? Where in lane phase, right, you're playing against like Blitz and Xayah or something, right? And your Shen taunts Xayah. What happens if you try and hit Xayah?
Blitzcrank will try to go on me.
So in this case, he will try and hook you, right? So he's gonna try and catch you when you want to hit something. He's gonna try and catch you, right? Because he knows what you want. So when you guys try and hit the tower, it's the same thing. They're gonna try and engage on you. So your objective isn't actually to hit the tower. It's to what? It's
to bait their abilities and then dodge them. I guess just like not get hit.
Bait their engage. Your real objective here is to bait their engage. Oh shit! I accidentally missed the time frame. Hold up. Where are we at? Your objective isn't to hit the tower, right? Because in solo queue, this shit is never gonna matter, right? What's gonna matter is these random fights that give up like thousands of gold one way or another, right? So our job isn't to hit this tower, right? Like if we hit this tower, it's not going to go. Like no one could actually even hit this tower, right? You see what I mean? Is that the real objective is not to hit the tower, is to bait a fight. They're gonna chase and you turn around with your ulti. Is the idea. So I think when it comes to the mid game, you need to ask yourself, what are we trying to do? So in laning phase, when you're like, oh, we're gonna use our ulti to all in, that was like 10 out of 10. That was perfect, right? Because there's no way for them to beat that, right? But when we go topside and then we say we change our plan to try and hit the tower, I don't think it was thought out well enough. Because if I can sit back here and say this doesn't work in theory, it's not gonna work in theory, then that's something you should try to see if you can make it work in game, right? Don't do it in game unless you find a way to make it work, right? Like when we were here, I was like, oh, this might be trouble, right? Because we've seen it a million times. Is team tries to group up mid, hit the tower, they get flanked from the side or something like that, right? They get engaged on because they're trying to force an objective that doesn't. How do you know this objective works, right? And then the answer is no one has any idea, right? Like even we can come up with a bunch of ways this goes wrong, but let's say, you know, Fiddle ultis from this side, Jin ultis from over here, and then Jax comes from behind, right? Then it's like, holy shit, what do we do, right? We got problems then. So I think when it comes to the mid game stuff, the thing that'll help you the most is when you are trying to hit the tower, you say, you know, what's the objective here? Are we trying to hit the tower, and how do I know, you know, we can hit the tower, or are we actually trying to bait and engage, right? But most of the time, you're just going to hit the tower when is it okay to hit the tower?
I'm sure that there is no one on their team that can kill me while I do it.
Right, yeah, pretty much. There's literally no way this can go wrong, is what I want you to think, right?
Hmm.
And then,
No.
if there's any way it can go wrong, you should do something else, right? Which is you push and farm, push and ward, whatever. I don't care. Push and do camps, right? Anything that doesn't involve hitting the tower, because if that goes wrong, then it's like super big throw, right? Anything like this, right? This is like our best case scenario. We're pushing waves, right? We're very happy pushing waves. We don't need to hit the tower to win the game. Oh my god, what is he doing? Oh,
Yeah, that was a whoopsie.
oh, that's unlucky. So yeah, I guess they have a Zed, so it's kind of awkward. But you do have Phantom Dancer and Ninja Tabbies. We just have no Flash. Oh, you can win this. Oh
No,
no.
I don't.
Oh wait, we don't have no ulti. That's right. Oh, we also have no E. How do we know you can win this?
Uh, if I have ulti, I don't even think I can win if I have E. I
Mm,
die 100%. I think.
if you have E, you can win this because you have Gunsu's running, right?
But I,
But
I, I would have to predict his swapping back, right? I think
right,
if
you
I
could
E
do
the
that.
current,
That would be a way. Is predict the swapping back, right? But honestly, it's just not easy, right? You would need ulti. So then you have two ways to beat him, right? But honestly, this is just hard, right? So in this case, it's like
just don't go for the wave, I guess.
right. You need to wait until you can see him, or you need to not be in this lane, go mid, or wait until you have Shen ulti, right? Anything like that. Or have flash or heal, right? That's why flash is super important. That's why I was kind of like kind of nitpicking earlier in the lane because
Hmm.
having flash is really important for something like this. Right.
Yep.
So that's kind of the idea. I don't know what happened mid, but your team lost 4v4. So yeah, we lost control in the mid game, 100%. Right. Our laning was really good. Would you agree for this game?
This game, yeah, probably.
Yeah, laning phase came out really good, and then it was like disaster after that. I guess. We lost control of the game, so now it's like try and find a good fight or I don't know, scale with your Kurthis and Vladimir, right? I think is the idea. Oh no, what's going on? We're trying to help. We're trying to help Vlad. Shen is blind or something. What's going on? Oh, he's looking at a different fight. Okay, you can kill this guy. Right, this is easy. Oh, not like this. Oh no, he just W's away and he gets away. So this is what can we do better here?
Just keep running until he W's, and then ulti
Mm-hmm.
after he W's, I guess.
You can just auto attack, right? So maybe on Varus, you can you see that ultis can be really good, but the times you see it at, you can get even more. Right? You can just walk up, hit him, ulti where he goes, or ulti before he goes, or anything like that. But I think we're just not auto attacking enough before we ult, right? When if you want to ult first, they have to die to like something else. You know what I'm saying? Or you have to like yeah, if you ulti first, it means your team's there to like follow up. You're catching someone, right? If you want to do all the damage by yourself, you need to get auto attacks before you ulti, right? Oh Jesus, what's going on here?
I wanted to steal this. I was okay to die for it by what I just was
Well,
hoping
what are
to
your
steal.
chances of stealing this?
I mean, it was down to like 20 HP.
Right. But ideal, if you do this 100 times, how many times you get the Baron?
Not a lot.
Like probably like two. I like there's a low chance, right? Like basically, what can you do besides this? That would be a good option.
Uh, just don't go there. Just farm, I guess.
Yes, farm, right? Like if you watch Reckless, I keep putting using Reckless a lot because he's like he picks a good option every time, right?
Yeah,
Even
no,
when shit
I
goes
learned
wrong.
a lot from Reckless too.
Yeah. So when I saw this happen in Fnatic, he was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna push away," and he got another 12 CS, right? And then he could do something in team fights. But if we just die here, we're missing XP and CS, right? So I think in terms of the mid game, late game stuff, you should ask yourself, what are our options here, and which one's the best, right? Which one's like a consistent option that always works? Because I think right now we're just picking options that go wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
we're,
just, yeah, I was thinking that if I die and they get Baron, then they don't get anything immediately off my death, and the chance that I steal it is not high. But if I get it, that like almost wins the game alone. So I thought that that might be worth it. But if you say don't go for so low percentage plays, even if the result is good, then I guess I won't go for it anymore.
right. There's no way, right? And you are right about the idea that if you get Baron, it swings the game in your favor, right? But in terms of team comp, who wins late game?
We do.
Right. So if you guys try and make low percentage plays to try and swing the game back when you're already kind of stalling out the game, then it's like that's the opposite of what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like if they were late game scaling and you guys literally needed something now or you're gonna lose later, then maybe you could say that would be a good idea. But in terms of like the comp in general too, the comp will tell you that we don't need to do something like that, right? I don't know why your team is freaking out. You guys are gonna win the late game, right? So I don't know why everyone's like trying to surrender or forfeit or whatever. I don't know what's going on, but if I were you guys, I'd be like, oh shit, you know, we can still win, no problem. Even if they take inhibitor, it's fine as long as we take consistent options and make sure we can stall. I think team is like boom now, oh, here we go. Cart this out. Oh my god, what is he doing? Oh my god, very nice. Very nice. Right, I don't think we have any problems team fighting, right? I think our problem stems from trying to like hit a tower or trying to like take an option that can be beat, you know what I'm saying? Like you always want to take an option that's unbeatable, right? Like pushing a side lane, probably unbeatable. Well, in this case it would be against Zed, so maybe not unbeatable, but usually it's always going to be a good option, right? Taking camps if you have nothing else to do is a good option. Hitting tower, usually not going to be a good option, right? Unless you have specific reason to do so. You have like an Anivia and a Caitlyn, and you have like Tom Kench, so there's no way they can engage, right? Something like that. I don't know. You have to come up with a reason though, right? If you can come up with a reason why it doesn't work, like we did when we were watching you play, then we know it's not going to work. Like that's how we know, is that if there's any kind of reason, it's not going to work. Yeah, here we're just stalling out. I think this is fine. Clearing these waves, good. Oh, someone dies, not your fault. Okay, this is free. Nice ulti, nice ulti. You might want to be careful here though. Okay, nice. We stalled out somehow. Okay, good. Cart this still has ulti, Shen still has ulti. Sure. Sure. Everything's good. You guys are actually on the track to winning now. This is good. We have a GA for Zed, right? I think.
Yeah.
Is the idea? I think that's fine.
And also for Jax, because I think he was pretty fat this game.
Wait, you bought what for Jax?
GA also. GA for Zed and Jax.
Okay.
Because he was so strong. Like he was just immensely fat.
I guess, but I think it makes more sense for the Zed reasoning. Oh no.
You think the flash is bad?
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know.
There are a few reasons here. Let's pretend that Carthes can't kill him, or that at least is not going to catch up, or anything like that, right? Let's say he's going to get away. Why is flashing for him not good?
Because then I'm just a sitting duck, and I don't know.
Think about it in terms of value, right? So we flash for him, we kill Jax, is good value, right? We're going to get the Baron, and then that's not bad. Or is a higher chance we get the Baron. Is there any way we can get better value from your flash? Say in like a team fight or something like that.
Yeah, if they go on me and I like use flash to get away from that and Jax and like I kill them all, that's more kills than just one.
Right, exactly. That's gonna be more value. It's actually always gonna be more value, theoretically speaking, because their sole jobs to come for you, right? Their sole jobs to come for you, and plus, that Jax is gonna die to card this, so that would be our bigger reason. But, you know, we need flash for something better than just getting kills, unless you're gonna win the game off that, right? Or you're gonna get something really big, like maybe Baron would be worth, right? If you guys got Baron there.
I thought we would get Baron, so I flashed.
But I don't think you can get Baron because why?
Fiddlesticks, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
They have a good team to interrupt us.
Fiddlesticks, and they have very good flankers. Fiddlesticks, we got Zed and we got Jhin, right? So it's not like Shen can protect everyone. So there are issues even if you get the kill and try and do Baron, right? I think this guy's trying to backdoor though. So what's going on? I think they're just random fighting here. Nice try on the Q. You're still gonna get him. You guys are scaling. You guys are still gonna win if this keeps up. As long as they don't get Baron, you guys are gonna win this game. I think we buy Infinity Edge. I think that's okay.
I thought I just need damage to carry. I thought if I don't do the damage, no one will.
Well, you don't have. Wait, hold up. If you don't do damage, no one will. But like who on their team? Wait. Okay, so in terms of doing damage, right? How much damage do you need to do? When they have no tanks, how much damage do you need to do?
Just enough to kill them.
All right, like one rotation does a lot, right? So
yeah.
The idea is that we don't need to kill them faster, which is what buying items does. We just need to make sure that
we survive. Yeah.
We stay alive, right? That would be one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is look at our team comp. How much damage do we have on our team?
Theoretically a lot, but when I saw Vladimir team fighting, I didn't see him hitting like ults on more than one person, so I didn't trust him to play team fights well. So I thought I just have to do his damage myself. This was just to buy just because I didn't trust them.
I guess that is a way to think about it too, but the way I think about it, I'm not always right? So the way I think about it is that if they have no tanks, we are not gonna lose because we can't do damage. We're gonna lose for a different reason, right? Like something like this where we get flanked is why we lose. Oh boy, I think we just die here, don't we? We can kill Zed. Oh, Shen, save you, please. Oh no, he missed a ton already. Rest in peace. Oh my god, he actually didn't use whatever. But yeah, we're not gonna lose because we don't do enough damage. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think my position mid lane was bad? Because I think we should have gotten the inside track on mid. I think like them going to the jungle is just not the right call.
Right. But whose job is it to be in the front?
Yeah, not mine.
Right, and then you can do this if under what condition?
If I see that.
That's true. What's another condition?
Or if they can't catch me.
I would say having flash, right, would be the other condition, right? Yeah. So this is why one of the reasons why flash is so important, because what happens when you get downed and then you kill Zed and then he's gonna stun you and then you flash and then you win and then you get Baron, right? So that's the idea, is that your flash gets a lot more value in this fight, because what'd you guys get after killing Jax?
Yeah, Baron and pushing side lanes and...
Oh no, like the earlier flash on Jax. What could you get after that?
Well, nothing really.
Right, yeah, nothing. Because what we're buying is time, and we had bought the time by putting him to 1 HP because he has the base and come back to push, right? So you bought the time already. So the flashing doesn't do anything unless you say this is 100% Baron for whatever reason. But I don't think the Baron is 100% because they have Zed Fiddlesticks, whatever. And then here in this example would be like, oh, what can we do if we use our flash like this? And then it's like, oh, we can win the fight and get Baron, right? Or at the very least, stall for even more time, right? Or cover our mistakes, right? But in this case, there's nothing your team can really do because you die, right? Your team's actually gonna throw if oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah.
That was so close to being the difference of stalling the game out and losing the game right now, right? Oh my god, that was so close. Yeah, that's the idea. Is if you want to talk about positioning, you need to say they are the boogeyman. They are anywhere here, right? Zed backdoors. Whose job is it to stop backdoors? It's not your job, right? You need to clear minions. That's good, but whose job is it to scout out everything? It's gonna be Shen, right? It's gonna be Elise. It's gonna be Shen. But it can't be you, right? Which is why we're kind of stuck in this position, right? Is you always have to pretend they're everywhere, right? This could be Kha'Zix, Rengar, Shaco, whatever, Lissandra. I don't know. What other mid laners can do this? Ari, I don't know. This could be a lot of things though, right? Doesn't have to be Zed, but the idea is that if you don't know where they are, you have to pretend like they're in the worst spot for you, right? This is just knowing the enemy engage. I would say would this issue be right? Is how can they engage on you is what you should be thinking about, right?
Yeah.
Do we even see a Fiddlesticks, right? I didn't see a Fiddlesticks. That could be a Fiddlesticks too, right? A lot of different things it could be. So the idea is that we're kind of mispositioned, right? Because let's say you don't want them to get Baron, right? But you don't want them to push in mid, so what do?
I just follow my team and ping them mid lane.
So where should you stand?
Up, like right where Shen is standing and like a little bit more towards my base.
Right, up here, right? Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Anywhere where they can't engage on you, would be the correct answer, right? Because it's not, you don't necessarily have to be the guy to push out the wave, right? We already have 6 items. It could literally be like Vladimir or something, right? It's hard for them to engage on Vladimir. So I think we just put ourselves in a bad spot here, and the GA helped in the sense that we got Zed after, but I think we just died to Jax because we just weren't in a good position, right? And we can always say like, oh, Shen should have taunted him, or at least should have been there to cocoon, whatever. But honestly, if we can fix the issue by ourselves, then that's what we should do, right? Oh my god, they didn't end the game. Oh my god, they couldn't end the game. Oh my god, you guys can get Baron if you kill them all. Oh, how did that hit? Oh my god, max range. Okay, nice. You can't get any more, I don't think. Oh no. Oh no. Right, so what do you think the biggest issue this game was?
I guess just going for plays where they got counterplay and I didn't respect it.
Right, mid game, biggest ones. Basically, you were winning until then, right? So I think that the stuff after matters less than the stuff before. But even here, we can say something like, we can say conserve your flash, but honestly, you don't have to worry about something like that right now. We can say something like our positioning, right? If they can engage on us, we must respect their engage, because we died to their engage, or bad outcomes came out from their engage like every time, right? Try to get the mid tower. They had an engage we weren't really prepared for, I think, right? I think you were trying to hit the tower. We're pushing top, trying to hit the tower. We weren't prepared for Fiddle engage and Jin engage, right? Trying to get mid priority. We weren't respecting Jax and Zed, right? They're gonna flash on you, of course they are, right? What else would you expect? So I think in terms of your play, you need to think about their engage more, right? How are they gonna do it, right? Because this Zed is gonna come up from behind. Oh my god, you can kill him. Oh, very nice.
I agreed here. This is, I think, what lost me the game also.
Oh no!
I stay around for the Jax and I don't respect his flash.
Oh yeah, you could. They were gonna kill him by himself, right? Oh no.
Yeah. So bad.
No.
And I want to automatically just counter strikes, and it's like,
this is good though, right? How come this is good positioning?
Because my team's right there.
And what do you have that makes it
flash?
Yeah, exactly, right? This is the reason why we keep flash, is for this reason, right? Is that the other AD carry will not do this. So if you can do this, you have the edge on them. But it's not necessarily something you have to learn yet, right? It's just, that just shows, you know, the big difference between value and flash. Oh my god, that's Zanya's. Oh, actually, you guys might lose this dragon because of that. Oh, that's awkward. Oh, they're all dead. Oh, he's dead if he stays. Oh my god, is he gonna kill him? No way. No. No way.
Kapow.
Oh, okay. Alright, nice try. Wow, this game is close. But yeah, honestly, all this late game stuff, kind of along the same lines is they're engaged. That the time you died to Jax, I think we'll just call that unlucky. I haven't seen you do something like that before, so we'll say that's unlucky, right? But the times when you're trying to hit tower, times when you're trying to hit tower again, I guess, is you're not asking yourself, how do I get engaged on? Or if you are, you're not saying, you're just saying like we win or something. It doesn't make sense, right? You need to figure a way to make sure that if you want to hit the tower, there's no way they can stop you, right? Or if you position in this way, there's no way they can engage on you, right? That's what you should be going through your head at all times, is how do they engage on me in XYZ position, right? You see this happening, where's Zed? Is the first thing I would ask myself. Okay, this is free because they can't stop you. You see Zed, you see everyone. Oh my god. This is the Karthus value. Oh no. I guess not. The ulti doesn't do anything.
We just do the game of that.
That's kind of awkward. Let's see what's going on here though.
I don't know what to do here. Like the Vlad flashed in before, Karthus went in, and like now Elise went in, and
you guys just lose. There's nothing you can do here. Yeah, there's nothing you can do here. There's all this stuff earlier that kind of was the issue, right? It's like specific instances. This is a fight where the fight is the result of all the other mistakes combined, right? Oh, he's just ulting in your face. Holy shit. Interesting. But yeah, I think it was essentially the mid game stuff and the one time they engaged on you mid, I would say, were the big mistakes, right? Is that when you're trying to do something, you need to ask yourself, how did they stop me, right? This will always be a perennial question for every AD carry ever, is you want to do this thing. How do they stop me, right? And then if you ever make a mistake once in that kind of reasoning, in that logic, then you're gonna die, and it's a throw, right? You say we can hit the tower, and we can hit it because I have flash, and then you die even though you have flash. We'll say now we need to fix our reasoning because even having flash doesn't work, right? Depending on how good their engage is, right? What if they have like a Callista Thresh Sejuani? Then you're like gonna die even if you do have flash. You know what I mean? So it's dependent, you know, game to game, but in general, that's what you need to be thinking about, right? Flash is a minimum when it comes to that, or equal numbers is a minimum, right? When it comes to this mid game stuff. What do you think? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
All this other stuff was really good. You guys came out of lane with like the biggest lead ever, right? Holy shit. Perfect CS, 3 kills and assist. Karthus is ahead. You guys are absolutely shit stomping this game. And then when it gets to this point, let me see. YouTube, please. When it gets to the point where we rotate, that's where like usually the first mistake happens. You know what I'm saying? We rotate and then we try to do something and then it doesn't make sense, right? So things you need, maybe you need your jungler here, maybe you need flash, maybe you need your mid to lane to have priority, but you need to be able to do this for some kind of reason, right? You need to be able to hit the tower for whatever reason, like say they're dead, that would be a good reason because they can't stop you. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, where is that part? Let me see.
With the fiddlesticks?
Yeah. Fiddlesticks flashing on us, right? That's always gonna be the number one reason. Fiddlesticks flash, right? Could be even Jhin ulti, but YouTube's loading a little slow because I think we have it on HD, right? So in this case, can't do anything, right? So the way to kind of make sure you don't make this mistake, or the way I trained to make sure I didn't make a mistake was before I try to do anything, I would look at the map. Right. So you need to look at the map before you do anything. Even if you think it's the most obvious thing in the world, tower's at 1 HP, you still look at the map no matter what, right? Because this is a bait. They could, you know, have that 1 HP to be a bait, right? So this is just the kind of idea you need to put in your head. It's in the mid game at least. I think laning was fine, right? In the mid game and late game, you need to say, look at the map and you say, okay, how do they engage on me, right? So even though you have this ward over here, they can go over from this wall, right? If Fiddlesticks runs around here, ulti flash. That's what I would say. And then you have this warded too. Then you say there's literally no way, right? The only thing you think of is TP from behind, right? So then your plan is you're gonna ulti him and then you're gonna flash, right? You have some kind of plan though for their engage, right? Because you know TP from behind is a common thing, I would say. It's common enough for us to have to play around it, right? Until you always have to play around it until something on the map tells you otherwise. Like you see Jax fighting Vlad, so he can't TP, or you see Fiddlestick ulti mid, so he can't ulti top, right? Unless you have some kind of reason why they can't do the thing they're gonna do, then you can't hit the objective, right? Or start the objective, or push, or whatever it is, right? It could even be as simple as I want to push this wave, right? Let's say back it up here. Back it up, please. Let's say your objective is clear the wave, right? This coming wave that's coming up. And then you say, oh, we have no vision of them, so we die to Fiddlesticks ulti, so you don't clear the wave, right? You just sit and wait, right? That's how you have to play. Otherwise, we're gonna throw when it comes to engage, right? I think is the idea, especially on something like Varus, where we can't move, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's what I think. Do you want to watch the laning one?
Yeah, it's kind of, I wanted to see if I could get another game, but I guess this will do.
No, we can. Where's the other game? We can fit that in too.
I just linked it.
Okay, sweet.
No, I just wanted a better example, but it's like there's two things that like two parts that I struggle at, like playing. It's basically just about playing aggressive, playing aggressive when the enemies are not playing aggressive enough. So like even further improving my aggression and just beating them down even as much as I can. I think I don't perfect that and I don't do it enough. And if they are playing really aggressive, then I have trouble finding windows to be counter aggressive. So
interesting.
Yeah.
So the idea is that you want to work on pressuring the enemy more. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And when they're pressuring us, it's hard to figure out how to do that because we're feeling pressured, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So I guess this game will show that, right? And
Yep.
you know, I guess it's a good example because you know Zyra Khan is the highest pressure in lane,
Yeah, but for me,
probably.
they don't pressure, but I want to see how I can pressure them because they play really bad. But
I see. So how
yeah,
can we punish? Oh, this guy just quit. Seems good.
now he just reconnects.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I mean, the game is just laning phase. After that, like the community runs down, but
So
just
here's
wait.
always the first question. Um, for laning phase, what is our number one goal?
CS.
Right, CS and not dying to a game.
Yeah.
Right. And then what's our number two goal?
Damaging the enemy so that he either can't farm or we get damage on the turret, or yeah, that's it. Or maybe we kill them.
I would say if you prioritize damaging the enemy, you are in danger of being caught by their support or something. If your priority is to hit them as many times as you can after getting your CS, you're gonna get caught, right? By Thresh, Rakan, Morgana, whatever. So I personally, I'd say the second priority. Your second priority is to play around their win condition, right? So not necessarily pushing either, right? So let's say if they're trading, you don't trade, right? If they're all in, you don't get you don't look for an all in, right? If they have catch, you dodge their skill shot, right? That would be your second priority, is secure yourself from defeat. Right? Yeah. And then the third priority is push your own agenda, which is you guys want to poke with Jenna, right? So your second priority is don't get caught by their all in, because how many times have you seen, you know, Jenna walks up, tries to press W, and then bam, instant death, right? That's why those priorities are in that order, in my opinion. So if we are getting out of lane with perfect CS and we didn't get caught by all in, we're happy, right? We don't have to necessarily push our own agenda, but if you think that's something you want to work on, then that's good. Like, I think this is really good already.
Yeah, because I have played so far with that mentality, because you've coached me before and I've seen some of your coachings. I don't just watch you, but that's what I have found to be successful for me. But I'm now at the point that I feel like if I just farm and I don't die, I can't carry as hard as I would like to, and yeah, I would just like to be that. When I see like Korean challenger ID carries play, I see that they always get the poke in when it's possible, and they while getting all the CS. It's just like that.
This is
perfection.
true.
Like if they play so aggressive, then it has to be good. And I want to mimic that, but I can't, because I don't know when it's safe enough and when it's like the perfect timings for the most damage.
They're actually madmen, and what you're saying is correct. Is that no matter the matchup, they will look for the mistake, right?
Yeah,
but
and that's what I tried to do. Yeah.
Honestly, at our level, right, we're just not good enough to do that. For whatever reason, you know, maybe our team is not at that level, so they can't back us up, or team doesn't know what we're doing, so they're not helping us, or anything like that, or we're not quite understanding what they're doing, so we're gonna get punished, right? But honestly, I found that when I try and make that my kind of play style, it doesn't work out, right? Because more times than not, someone's gonna make a basic mistake, right? Like, let's say for example, we saw that Zed ulti you, and I said all Shen has to do is taunt him and you guys can win, and he missed point blank, right? That's what I mean by we maybe as a server or the people we're playing with are not at that rank because of something like that, right? Let's say for example, you guys can push up. Let's say, you know, you're smurfing in like silver, right? So you're pushing up with your Thresh, and you say all we have to do is lantern this Master Yi game, and then he lanterns the shield and he starts hitting them with you, right? So the reason why you're pushing is because you know you can't get ganked, but your support's doing something weird because he has no idea what he's doing, right? That's kind of the analogy or the parallel I make when I think to myself, you know, maybe we can look for massive punish like Koreans do, but it doesn't work out in NA or whatever challenger rank I'm at, because for some kind of external reason, right? Which is, you know, something like I just highlighted. Like, you've seen it before, right? Fucking Thresh doesn't go for the lantern play, or something like this happens, right? I don't know. It's like too many basic mistakes going on for us to focus on that, I think, right?
Mhm.
Even at my level, right? I'm challenger NA. I think it's still monkey fest, right? So
Yeah,
it's like
every low is monkeys. Yeah, it's true.
I don't know. That's what I think. You know, I could be wrong, right? So if you want to learn how to aggress when they're not aggressing, then let's take a look, right?
Yeah.
So in terms of all in, how do you make sure you can get free hits like this?
If I have tumble, so I can dodge Rakan W, and
Right.
I can like space Zaya auto attacks, or I just dodge the feather so she can't root me.
Right. You need to run when she presses W, right?
Yeah.
So how come we prioritize making sure we dodge first in that interaction we just saw instead of hitting him first, right?
When
This is gonna be a big reason for your aggression.
What point?
Right here.
Right here?
He throws a Q at your face or whatever this is, right? Why is this bad? Even though you hit him.
Yeah, because he just heals it. Like, yeah.
Right. You gave both of them a heal, right? So that's why it's so hard to do is that if you want to try and push something that's not necessarily according to the matchup or something like that, right? You're gonna be more basic. We're gonna make basic mistakes. That's gonna make it. That's kind of counter it, like what we just saw. Like Jana's getting hit too, right? It's like that's why we always prioritize the first two steps first, right? So you can go for hits like that, right? But if we ever make a mistake, then we're gonna be donezo, right? Because now we're losing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Is that we were trying to do? It's really hard to say what you can do better because there's not much except follow your matchup, right? But we just took too many Rakan Qs because we were looking to poke, right? So here's the best way you do it. Is your basic way to pressure the enemy when the most consistent way to pressure the enemy is you need to ask yourself what do they want, right? So let's say when's a good time to hit her?
When my minions are low. When my minions are low or they have a spell on cooldown, that is important for the matchup. Right.
When she wants something, right? She wants to hit your minion, you hit her. That's free, right? That's what you see a Korean player do, Korean challenger do, right? Or something like that. And then how come you guys could hit this Rakan?
Because Zaya was like a little bit upwards, and Rakan was like walking too far towards us, and Zaya not backing him up, and she was going for that upward minion. So we can get like Janna W and auto from me, and they can have no way to really retaliate.
Right. They wanted something, right? He wanted out, and she wanted a minion. So when they want something, that's when you can pressure, right? But if you ever try and pressure when they don't want something, right, it doesn't make sense, right? So let's see if we can find another example of that. But that's the underlying idea, is that they need to want something for you to be able to pressure. Like look here, what does Janna want that they can punish?
She wants poke. Yeah.
Right. So she's gonna get hit, and then if they had any kind of better follow up, she's dead. Right. That was death right there. She just has to, all she has to do is flash, auto QE, dead. Right. So the idea is that start with this idea for your aggression is that one, make sure you get the CS. Two, make sure you don't get done in by their win condition in lane. Right. And three is if you want to pressure. Ask yourself what do they want and how do you punish it, right? So basic one is they want a minion, you hit them, right? Another one is they want to poke, you engage, right? Another one is he wants to engage, so you fake poke, right? Now you start to play mind games, right? You pretend to poke and then you're gonna go sideways or something like that, right? But this is why it's really hard to do what the Koreans do is because you don't see some stupid shit like that happen in their games, right? They're too good for that, right? They're on the next. They're literally on a different level than us, right? Their whole server is on a different level because mechanically speaking, they're like at least 2 times better than us, right? And they have like 5 ping, so there's not much you can say. Now, if you ever wonder why Korean imports don't seem to do as well, is because it's literally not the Korean server. Right, they do something and like, what the hell is going on? This is not the same game, right? It really isn't the same game. If you ever play on Korea, you'll be like, this is actually 100% different, right? But that's the idea. Is that if you want to aggress, you need to ask yourself what do they want and punish them. Otherwise, they're free to hit back if they're not focused on something else, right? Let's see. Sure, whatever you guys drew Shaco, right? This is also another way to pressure your lane, is draw the jungler bot a bunch, right? So you're already doing really well, I think. You don't need to be any more look for any more advantages than you have already, right? You're already doing a lot, I think, and going for more is just going to increase the amount of mistakes you make, right? So if you want to fine tune what you have already, which is making sure that you're not blindly trying to go on them, right? You only want to do it when you can reason it out, right? You're like, oh, he wants a minion, we can make sure he's scared to hit it, right? He wants to engage on us, we can make sure that, you know, he's afraid to do it because, you know, we have XYZ, right? We save tumble, we have condemn, whatever. But that's the idea, right? Is that you need to make sure that they want something before you can pressure them, right? So like Jana wants the word, that's how they know they can just sit here, right? It's all along the same idea, right? Okay, I actually don't think you win this, so you gotta run.
No.
But oh, okay, yeah, you definitely want to run. Yeah, you see what I mean though, right? Is that's the underlying idea behind trying to get an advantage. Is they want something, you punish. Right? If you can punish, you punish. You can't always punish, but if you can punish, you punish, right? So I actually don't know how they fucked that up, but that's really sad by them, right? But yeah, see, like you can't punish this, right? Because you can't think of a way to punish it. I don't know how you punish this, right? But if there's a way to punish, it's on a minion, right? It's on when they want to engage or when they want to poke or whatever. So like random punish like this doesn't make sense right here, right?
Yeah.
How do we know this is random punish?
She just hit the minion and got it, and then I tumble in for the Q, and then
Right.
Rakana's right there.
So that's why I say we need to fine tune it. Is because you're already looking for it, but it's not clean, right? So you're just gonna die, right? Like this. Right? The mistakes are too basic right now. Which is oh Jesus. You actually got away from him, nice. But something wrong like that will happen, right? So the idea is that if you want to make sure you have the first two steps down, which I think you do. So then on this third step, when you're trying to aggress and get an advantage, make sure you have a reason to do so, okay? And then on top of that, right, you still have to think about how you beat his engage. So you can't tumble for your punish, you know what I'm saying? Or you're using, you actually can't condemn his W, so that's not really an option. So you're always gonna have to save tumble, or you're gonna have to sidestep it, or you're gonna have to heal it, or flash it, or something. But there's a lot of things to think about, even more when you're looking for something like this, right? So I'll say be cautious when you're trying to work on this, but look for times when they want to last hit a minion, and then practice asking yourself, can I hit him here? And then usually the answer is no, but sometimes the answer is yes, so you can hit them, right? But don't try and do it randomly, if you know what I mean. It doesn't make sense. You want to do it when they're occupied on trying to get something. That's the best time, right? Is when they're occupied trying to get something, right? How easy is it for Zed to kill you when you're trying to hit the tank, right? Pretty easy. He comes in from the side because you're trying to hit a tank, right? He knows that you'd want to do damage, so he comes out from the side and surprises you, right? That's what we're looking for, is that element of surprise. Another way to do it is what you just saw, right? Bush camp, element of surprise, right? Or you know, you're going to go ward and then bam, no vision, so you get one shot. That's surprise. You got surprised, right? And then another example is, you know, from the other game, last game, when we were bush camping, they got surprised, right? But let's say, for example, if they knew you were bush camping because you did it the last 10 times, and their whole team is ready to teleport in, you guys are the ones getting surprised, right? Because they know what you guys want to do, right? So the real idea behind getting an advantage in terms of how do I pressure them in lane is asking yourself, you know, what do they want to do? And it's going to be last hit 9 times out of 10. And then you say, can I do something about that? Most of the time it's going to be no, right? But if there is, you know, something you can do, then go do it. But I think that that's not something you need to do at all.
Okay.
Right? I used to think that is something you need to do. And then I watched Reckless play. And then I was like, this guy's considered one of the best AD carries in the West, and he doesn't do it. So what makes me think that I need to do it, right? You see, every single Korean AD carry will do it. But no one in the West will do it because we can't make it work, right? That's kind of the idea. Is that it just doesn't work. I don't see results. So that's not something I practice right now. Or it's not something I focus on. But if there's a way to do it, that's how you do it. Right? You see what they're focused on, and then you see what you can do while they're trying to get it. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Do you have another video, another full game we can watch?
I have some, but like they are pretty old, and you did like 2 of them, I think, already. So not right now.
Nothing
no.
recent. We could check an OPGG game. If any of these are recorded. I guess they're not.
I don't know. They're not. No, they're not.
Do you want to watch a replay of someone else to see if we can put the things we talked about today into that kind of perspective?
Yeah, sure. That would be great.
All right, let's see. Let's look at some Varus, right? Because we want some Varus. And then is there anyone 6 months ago? I think 3 weeks ago is relevant enough, right?
Yeah.
So let's see.
I think I saw this one. No, I didn't.
Let's fast forward to the mid game because we don't really care about the laning stuff, right? Unless you want to watch laning too.
No, it's fine. We can
let's stick to the mid game stuff right now. Fast forward. First tower, some random fight. Sure. They're just gonna run away. Oh Jesus. Zoe seems good. Okay. Post laning. So now we're just always gonna push, right? The idea behind this mid game stuff is that people are gonna die if they make a mistake now. So you need to make sure that you clear these waves or you push these waves before you do anything, right? And then can you hit this tower?
No.
Why?
Oh wait. I didn't think before I said something. We didn't see. Like the map is kind of blurred with pinks, but I don't think we see Jarvan. Like the trap line is kind of awkward, so if he like comes from they have a ward in the Tribush, but
why is he not hitting the tower right now?
Well, because the trap line prevents him from running straight to his tower. So when Jarvan ganks through like a Braum ulti or something, he has only the Jarvan to get away.
Right. So let's pretend that this trap line doesn't exist. Can we still hit this tower?
Not the way the Caitlyn was moving. Well, apparently we can't because he doesn't. I'm not sure why he can't. I think Tankage could just eat him. If Tankage stays further back, like a little bit behind the traps, he could just walk back to the Tom and he eats him.
Right. So the basic answer is the cop-out answer is we can't come up with a reason to hit it. There's no clear way to hit it, right? We can't just randomly hit a tower. And then the more complicated reason is we try and hit the tower. What happens? Okay, Caitlyn hits us. Yeah. Do we hit back? Okay, sure. We hit back. We trade. We start trading. Jarvan comes out. Tahm Kench eats us. Braum Qs Tahm Kench. Oh, okay. What happens now?
Yeah, Jarvan just ultis.
Right, we're screwed. Because after Tahm Kench flashes, Jarvan's gonna EQ ult, and then it's like, oh, you got away because Tahm Kench's gonna spit you out, but Jarvan's gonna die. And then we get into the second layer of reasoning is, okay, we have Sejuani to counter gank, so we win 3v3. But Sejuani's mid lane now.
Yep.
So that doesn't work. And then you look at top lane, you say double TP, so that's even numbers, right? So all in all, it doesn't work. There's no clear way to do it, so you don't do it, right? That's the idea. Is that if you try and make something happen and you have no idea what the outcome is, we consider that a mistake. Because if it's bad, it's definitely bad. And if it's good, we didn't orchestrate that good part, right? We had no idea, right? You can't reproduce it. And if you can't reproduce it, you know, it's not helping us get better at the game, right? So we can't hit the tower. I don't see a way to hit the tower. Now, if you're testing and you have no idea because you've never been in this situation before. You're like, oh shit, let's hit the tower. Let's see what happens. But I've seen this enough times to know that you hit this tower, there's going to be a punish more times than not, right? There's no, I don't see a real way to hit this tower, right? Is what I'm seeing here, right? It's like, he's like, how do I hit this, right? She puts a trap down, what do I do? You know, we can dodge Braum Q probably, but, you know, still don't see Jarvan. So how do we hit this? And your team's trying to do something somewhere else. So you definitely don't hit this, right? So what do? You just push, right? You push is the default. So Johnny's here, and you see Jarvan. So now we're gonna hit the tower. You see this? Now we're gonna hit the tower. See? You can come up with a reason. You can do it. But let's say all of a sudden their team's missing the instant we try to hit the tower. Like, oh, okay, cancel. We need to get out, right? And so Johnny finds someone. We're like, oh shit. I think there's fighting going on, and then now it's like, we need to run, right? If you're not sure, you need to run, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you had tried to hit the tower, you would have either died, lost summoners, or basically nothing good can happen. Right, is if you try and do something that has counterplay, right? And if you don't know, you assume it has counterplay. Okay, so this big trade, double TP coming out, like I said. Well, actually, you know, Cho'Gath might not TP here. Oh my, this is an Echo TP. So yeah, they tried to fight, and it wasn't really well thought out, right? This Braum engage here, right? They say we have 3 people. They didn't think about Echo TP, right? They say they have 4 people with Cho'Gath. and Sion coming in. But they didn't think about the Echo TP. So they thought this was just going to be a 3v2. It's actually 4v3, right? So they're 100% loss. So they forgot that someone had TP, I guess, right? And they also assumed that the Sejuani wasn't here. So even if this TP wasn't coming out, they would have lost this. Does that make sense? Is that the counterplay is, okay, Tahm Kench eats, and then Sejuani comes out, you kill the guy who can't get away. Good to go. Right?
Yep.
That's kind of the idea I want you to focus on is, can I do this thing and come up with a reason how they can stop you. Come up with a way they can stop you. And if you can't come up with a way, you can do it. Okay? But if you can come up with any kind of way, don't do that thing, right? So how come he can hit this tower now?
Because what Jarvan? Wait, who died? Kate Braum died, and Caitlyn I think hit the base, and they're like chasing Jarvan right now.
Right. They have a dead guy, so you have more people. So that would be a reason, we can hit this tower because it's PvE. They can't stop us, right? Like you can't come up with a way they can stop us, right? Like you pause right here. How did they stop us? I can't think of a way, right? Cho'Gath at TP gets beat by Tahm Kench E, right? Caitlyn walks up, they dive her, right? There's no way. So that's how you know you can hit the tower, right? Fast forward a few. We're still going with this, I guess. Okay. Tahm Kench wants to go in with Sejuani, so it's gonna be a 3v3. Wasn't the best idea, but I think it was a nice try, right? You gotta push in a wave, you gotta leave, sure. Nothing happens. You wanna go, okay, I guess they go bot. They guess they don't wanna go top because they need to clear this first. And then they can rotate bot, or I mean rotate top or something. I don't know. They're gonna go mid. And then mid's gonna go top. Okay, that's nice. They're gonna push this in, and then you see this, what's going on? I can't really tell what's going on the map, but I think there's no one here. Right, so he can either hit this or he can go help, right? There's no way for them to stop him, right? Because you can see them on the map, right? Does that make sense? Is that if you can't come up with a way they can stop you, then you're good to go. But if you can come up with any kind of way, you can't do that thing, right? So here, I think they're trying to fight. He's kind of crazy, but he's saying he has Tahm Kench, so he has a way to beat any kind of Zoe stuff, but it's looking kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. Wasn't the best idea, I think. It was went for some kind of fight. Oh, okay. I think it was just baiting them into Sejuani gank or something, right? But doesn't work. Whatever, it's fine. But notice that he hasn't died. No matter what he does, is that he's gone every wave and he hasn't died. So that's the important part. Look at Caitlyn, right? There's a big difference between the two of them right now, right?
Yep.
In terms of usefulness, right? Sure, Varus is gonna scale better, but not only is he scale better into the mid game, but not only is he scaling better right now, he's like far ahead, right? He's like 20, he's 26 CS and 2 kills. So they're just gonna win regular fights, which is what's about to happen, right? They try to start dragon they try to sneak a dragon. Oh, no punish because they missed a smite, but there actually is a punish, right? They're just gonna take mid tower. Or something. I hope they take mid tower. Yeah, they take mid tower. So there is a punish. You push bot, sure. Literally, as long as you're not getting engaged on, and you're getting your waves, that we call that A plus. Okay, for AD carry, is that you're getting your waves and you're not getting engaged on. And then if you hit the tower without getting engaged on, we call that S. But you don't need S to win games, right? You don't need to do anything like that, right? How many times did you hit a tower this game?
Excuse me again.
When did he ever hit the tower? From what we saw in the last 10 minutes.
Only when people were dead.
Yes, exactly. So that's what I teach, is that you only do it when it's like PvE, right? World of Warcraft. There's no way for them to stop you, right? That's what you want. Otherwise, you're throwing, right? And that's not good. So all they have to do is hit the closest guy. We're good to go, right? We don't even have to watch this. We already know he wins this. Oh, and they get Baron. Easy, right? All he has to do is make sure that he is in a position to help his team, which is make sure he has all the money he needs, right? Which is clear every wave, right? Push every wave, make sure he doesn't die, right? And then everything else is free, right? You can do literally everything he's done mechanically speaking, right? Nothing he has done is something you can't do. Would you agree?
Yeah.
So that's what you should. That's the kind of the key takeaway point, is that you don't need to work on mechanics or aggression or anything like that. It's making sure we don't throw in the mid game by doing something that can be beat, right? Like the reason why he can do this is why.
Jarvan's dead, but like, I guess he has enough vision.
Yeah, can you come up with a way where they can stop him? Any way possible.
I don't see if she has a ward in the Tribush. Otherwise, I would say Zoe E.
Zoe E, so he stands over here, right? Zoe E can't reach him. He'll stand. He'll kite over to his minions, right? So there's no way it's gonna reach him by the time he sees it, right? That would be his counter play, I would say.
Yeah.
What? Oh, so you know that Zoe E doesn't kill him. What else? What else can you come up with?
Well, Braum W into Q or Cho'Gath, but Cho'Gath is like mid lane and
Right,
jump
but
instead.
Braum has to jump to something, right? So
Yeah.
I don't see any minions, right? So another way could be like, oh, if Caitlyn was here, they could net over and Braum would jump. And then how does he beat that?
She could what?
So let's say Caitlyn and Braum were here together, and then Caitlyn nets over and Braum jumps to her, and then they start chasing. So what would he do?
Ultimate the Caitlyn or the Braum.
He has that ulti, right? So how does he know he's safe from that?
He has a counterplay to their play.
Right. What's the counterplay? There are 3 of them right now. If they try and do that.
Wait, he doesn't have summoners. Like he has ult. He has minions.
Remember that your team counts, right? Remember when we were like we're sieging top, we needed some condition. One was flash, one was Fiddlesticks is somewhere else, and another is Elise is with us.
Yeah.
Right. So what are some conditions that can beat this 2v1 or whatever this is?
If someone else is there, but there isn't.
Does this team have any globals?
I guess Tom Kench, yeah.
Okay, Tom Kench is one. I would say that's the most common one. Tom Kench is gonna ulti.
Silent TP, yeah, you're
right. Silent TP and Echo TP.
Echo TP.
Right, there we go. So that's how Caitlyn Braum knows that play is never gonna work. Because you can come up with 3 reasons why it doesn't work, right? Yeah. There's 3 ways it can be beat. So that's how he knows he can just hit the tower. There's no way for them to stop him, right? And if you think deeply about it, that's pretty much how you know that it's unstoppable, right? Is there's no way for them to possibly stop him, right? Does that make sense, right? So you need to practice this idea of trying to come up with any way, right? Literally the craziest way you can think of. And if they can't do that, then you're good to go, right? Oh baby, they can't engage on him because he has Tom Kench, right? So that's how we know he can just hit this guy, right? As long as there's counterplay, right? You can't do whatever you wanted to do, and then if you have counterplay, you can keep doing what you want because they can't stop you, right? Okay, Sion's ulting, nice, sure, whatever. Here's hit the tower because they all left, right? They all left, and there's no way for them to engage. And then maybe you don't hit that tower, right? Because it's not obvious that we can hit it, right? Too many things to think of. So okay, they rotate to bot. Oh, they're making this fight happen. It looks okay. It could be really dicey. Tom Kench needs to be here. Okay, it's gonna work because they just kill the front line. So, oh my god, they don't even have to kill the front line. They just keep going. And then he's just gonna push, right? Because they're all busy fighting or whatever. He doesn't care about Sleepy Trouble Bubble, right? He's got Tom Kench eat. Otherwise, he will never be in that spot. And then base, right? So that's all you have to do. Is just make sure that we're not the one getting engaged on, and we're pushing waves, right? You don't even have to hit the tower, I promise, right? This is all you need to do is make your money and play fights out correctly, and you're good to go, right? You just hit the closest guy, honestly, right? He hasn't done anything really special. Maybe going for the backline there was kind of an interesting option, but it's not something like that is not something you have to do.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, what's going on here? He took a Tom Kench portal. This could be dicey, right? How come? Why would I say that's dicey? Because of what's happening right now, right? Yeah. He's gonna die when Tom Kench spits him out. Right? I can see Caitlyn flash right here. He's dead, right? Yeah. That's what I actually thought that's what was gonna happen, but I guess it got away. It was super risky. I probably wouldn't have done that, but a lot of ways that can go wrong, right? If you couldn't think it out, through, then you probably shouldn't do it, right? That's my philosophy. Like, oh my god, like imagine if Jarvan had knocked up Tom Kench as well, then he's just fucking dead to Caitlyn, right? That'd be pretty unfortunate, but he gets away with it, I think, and then they just push because there are more people, and then you win the game, right? Simple.
Yeah.
So the only weird thing we saw was him taking the Tom Kench ult, right? Yeah. Everything else was kind of according to what we had discussed earlier, which is making sure that if we want to hit the tower, there's no way for them to stop us, and wherever we are, we're just making sure that we're not getting engaged on, and we have without counterplay, right? You can get engaged on as long as you can find a way to beat it, and then also making sure we get every single wave of farm, right? So we were already, only at this point in the game where we knew we were winning 20 CSL just by doing that, right? Yeah. So that's what I would say you should focus on is you can already get this lead. Now make sure you keep it and don't throw it away, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's like dire consequences for your team, right? That's definitely not good. Mid game throw is is a lot worse than laning throw because
Yeah.
uh, mid game throw pretty much nullifies laning, right? Which is why laning is less important for lower ranks, right? Because
Yeah.
they're just gonna die anyways if they have a lead. So right now, is for us is we need to keep our lead. Right? I think we're doing a good job in laning. We just need to make sure that when it comes to, oh, we want to hit this tower, make sure that there's no way for them to engage on us. And you come up with literally every way you can think of. And if one of them works, don't hit the tower. Okay? You come up with any kind of way you can think of that can engage on you, including TPs and globals. And then if there's a way, you don't do it, right? And then after that, it's like, what do you do instead? Oh, push waves, camp push waves, ward, push waves, go into the river, whatever, right? And you're good to go. And then make sure you also are thinking about the ways they can engage on you. So those kind of go hand in hand, right? You want to do something, think about how they can engage on you. It's a simple way to fix all your problems.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like hit the tower, how do they engage on me? You want to push mid, how do they engage on me, etc., etc. Yeah, that's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts, questions?
I have two questions actually. One is relating back to the Jack's chase flash that I did in my game, where I thought we could get Baron, but we couldn't. If when in doubt, like in like mid game, we just pick one guy off and he gets away if I don't flash. When in doubt, just don't flash, right? That's just I'm just asking to be sure. Like,
So there's a difference between lane, mid game, late game, right? So in terms of flash, using your flash for in these stages of the game, the value for your flash can be good or can be better or less, right? Like late game flash can win the game.
Yeah.
Right. If you watch SKT versus KSV, Bang like flashed in or something 1v3 and killed everyone and they won the game, right? So flash can be win the game. That would be the value of flash there, right? How about laning phase? What's a good use of flash?
To survive.
Yeah, flashing to bait out ganks would be a good use to absorb pressure, right? Flashing to get a kill is really good in lane. And the mid game, flashing to get a kill, I think would still be good, right? But then we're getting to the mid late game, you don't want to do that, right? Does that make sense? Like the value of your flash increases as the game goes on, right?
Yeah, it was just a question, just
right. So I would say mid game time, you guys are hitting the tower, you're diving, you can flash to get the kill, do it.
Oh, okay.
Right, but I think when Baron is up and we're getting to team fights, there's 30 minutes in the game. We don't want to do that. I think.
Yeah.
Right. When team fights will make or break the game, right? When you get to that point, you start conserving your flash, right? But I guess when in doubt, you should save it, right?
Yeah. So my other question is kind of weird because I don't think it has a. It's kind of a weird question because I don't think it has an answer, but maybe I'm wrong. Oftentimes when I play, I see myself in situations where everyone fights for farm. Like we're probably a little bit behind, or maybe we're even or even ahead. It doesn't matter. Everyone wants farm, and like we have two people that go side lane, or like two people that can't go side lane, and like everyone goes mid, or all go side lane, and I'm just stuck like in mid lane with my mid laner who wave clears, and I'm just like I can't get any farm because my jungler and my top laner are like getting farm somewhere, and the jungle camps are also taken, and I'm just like I can't get any farm.
Yeah, that's fucking true. Okay, so in solo queue that happens a lot, right? So when stuff like that happens, you can group and try and find something, right? Which is like you're staying mid and you're trying to do something, but the important part is don't share, right? So if you're gonna be going mid, you should be doing something useful instead of trying to take his farm, or he's trying to take your farm or whatever. Like you can back your jungler up, right? Your jungler is gonna go farm, right? So what it looks like to the enemy is that the jungler is taking farm, so he's alone. So they're gonna try and kill him. You can back him up and then counter game, right? You can even you said there are no camps, right? But I was gonna say, oh, you can do camps, but let's say there are no camps, right? Then you can go use wards. You can camp a bush, right? There's stuff you can do, even though it's suboptimal. Sometimes you have to do it in solo queue, right? Let me see if I can find an example.
I just find myself running around and like I just keep going mid lane because if I like run around and just between lanes trying to get like 1 CS per wave and the rest gets CS, it's
right. I think this is a mega troll game where the exact thing where you just said happens. Everyone's just fucking YOLO mid, right? So let's see, we're all just A-ramming here. Things you can do is take all the farm, right? Because your AD carry is always good on AD carry. And then what you can do is you can try and look for poke on the tower. You can try and ward, I think is what Kane was trying to do. But, you know, if your jungler is doing something else, try and create a beneficial situation, right? It doesn't matter what it is. The league is a very situational game. But let's say our jungler was farming bot instead of being with us. Then maybe you could take Scuttlecrab, right? Something like that. And he could back you up if they try and fight. Anything like that. You can get mid priority with your mid laner and roam together, right? But honestly, it's really do the best you can in any given situation, right? Obviously, the ideal is like we want to get our own side lane to farm. But if what you just said happens, then you should try and get something else, right? Because honestly, I think that if he's farming lane, then there definitely should be jungle camps. I don't think I've ever seen jungle camps all down and then they get to farm a lane. That's like what the hell?
Yeah.
But yeah, you can always do something, right? Buy pink wards and go help him or something like that. I don't know. You can fight him for the farm. I don't know. Anything is better than not doing anything, right? Yeah. And I would say, you know, it's actually, you know, your farm, your XP, so you can share with your jungler. I don't know what he'd be trying to do, trying to take your farm, but let's say you guys are afraid of Zed, so your jungler is gonna go clear it, right? You hide in the bush next to him so that when Zed goes to assassinate, you can 2v1. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Usually it's the other way around where AD carry is baiting for your jungler, but they might think it's weird that the jungler is there, so they might be like, oh, he's alone, right? There's another example that I wanted to highlight where remember how you're talking about aggression, and I was talking about you need to identify what they want before you can fight, before you can like punish, right? So here's an example from this game that I remember where we do a clever bait where we're losing the game and then we say, you know, what could they possibly want in solo queue, right? So when you see wards in solo queue, you can automatically go to clear them, right? And since they just got Baron, what are they gonna do next?
Push or get Drake.
Right. Yeah, they could probably solo Drake really quick or whatever, but they're gonna push, right?
Yeah.
What do you do after you push usually?
You base.
Well, if they have Baron, what do you do after you push?
Oh.
Right? They just based. So let's say they're gonna push and do something. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, take jungle camps, ward jungle, or hit tower.
Yes, they're gonna do any of those options, right? And usually, they're not gonna let your jungle go unwarded. They're gonna run in your jungle and ward it, right? That's a very common option. So how do you beat that?
Right? You pink it right here.
Right. So we literally can't because this is the first spot they're gonna ward, right? So who do you think is gonna come get this? Right. Someone's gonna come get this, right? So you identify what they want, and then you can automatically win. Does that make sense? That's the kind of idea that we want to push. Is that throughout the whole game, if you can identify what they want, you can kind of punish when they go for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, how free is this? This is you stall out the game by like 2 minutes, right? Yeah. Just by doing this, and their Baron is half nullified, right? So if we want to translate that to laning, we can punish on minions, right? Is you can deny farm or hit them enough times that they have no HP at the base, right? Similar idea, right? Is wait, hold up. Hello? Oh. Wait, I trolled. My bad. My bad. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's see if we can find an example of this in lane, right? Okay, we can see it in the reverse, right? Is where when we get poked. Let's see. Back it up. Okay, so this is an example in reverse where we want to push minions and he punishes us. Right? When you want something, you punish, right? So let's see if we can fast forward and have the opposite. Right, so whenever they're trying to last hit or push, I'm gonna look for my punish, right? It's the same thing, right? So he's trying to push, right? This is our time to attack. You see Zyra hit her Q the exact moment she went up. I'm doing the exact same thing, right? So that's how you punish. That's your aggression right there, right? Isn't that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
In laning, that's all you need to do, right? And then you do it enough times, right? And then you can find the play, right? But the real idea is that whenever the enemy wants something, you can find a way to punish, right? You can look for a way to punish, but that's always going to be your third priority, okay? That's your last priority. Fourth priority, really, is looking for something like that. That's like extra, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because if you can't do the first two things, then doing this doesn't matter, right? So that's what I think. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does.
Want to go over anything else or look at anything else? Review anything else?
So far, that's all I have now. So, no, I think that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool. If you do have any other questions or have any clips you want to show me, feel free to send it to me on Discord. I'll try and explain as best as I can. But other than that, I would say go into your games and think about, how can they possibly engage on me? Like, come up with the craziest way. And I promise you, as long as you can come up with it, it'll happen. Okay, you have to play around it, right? It's gonna be like TF ulti and like teleport. They're gonna come for you, I promise. It's gonna be an Aurelion Soul Roam. He's coming down, I promise, right? If you can come up with a way, they're gonna do it, right? Because they're thinking the exact same thing you're thinking is, how do I stop him? How can we stop this guy, right? So that's what I want you to focus on in the mid game, late game. You need to ask yourself, how do they engage on me when I want to do this thing, right? And then if you're having issues, your band-aid solution is don't hit the tower.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your band-aid solution for now. But really, what you want to work on is, how do I stop them from engaging, right? Or can they engage on me? So that's what I want you to work on. Sound good?
Yeah, great.
All right, cool. Let me know how that goes, and if that's all, then good luck in your games.
Yeah, thank you. Well.
All right, have a good one.
Yeah, same. Goodbye.